Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
Peace and blessings, family. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Taye Speaks. Got a very special guest in the house, very educated, dedicated brother, putting in a lot of work, doing a lot of major things. For the viewers who don't know, let them know what your name is and definitely let them know where you're from.
Peace and blessings. My name is Asar Imhotep. I am an Africologist, originally from Houston, Texas, but now reside in Philadelphia, PA.
Okay. That's what's up. Now you said Africologist. What is that for the people who may not know?
An Africologist is a researcher in the field of Africana studies who studies African phenomena, whether that is language, culture, religion, psychology, etc., from an Afrocentric worldview and lens, and an Afrocentric methodological process, which orients the conversations towards the Africans themselves when describing their worldview and existence, and defining who they are. So we look at Africans not on the periphery, of history, but as the center and as the agents of their own reality. So an Africologist looks at history and sociology from an Afrocentric lens and is able to, in our opinion, articulate better what it means to be human and African in any given time and space.
Oh, okay. I truly appreciate you breaking it down. I got another question. Your name is Asar Imhotep. For the viewers, can you break that down? Uh, why did you correct your name to that, and what does it mean to you?
Alrighty. Yes. The name, I'll start with the last name first. The last name Imhotep was actually given to me by my college fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So I pledged in 2002, and that was my line name. So I was the number 4 on my line, and that was the name given to us. So we were our collective line name was the 6 Pharaohs of Triumph. And so, once I matriculated and I started writing, and at this time, I was kind of heavy into the study of, ancient Kemet, and was reading a lot of Muata Ashby, works on, Kemetic yoga and all that other kind of stuff. And so, when you're reading the coffin texts and the books of the dead, so-called books of the dead, the Rodnupert and Herus, the deceased is given the name Asar, whether they're male or female. It is attached to the name. And, at that time, because of the influence of Muata Ashby, you know, he defined the word Asar as the Lord of the perfect black. And so that's one of the reasons why I attached it. But I have since, as a result of developing, you know, and being competent in linguistics, was able to trace the real etymology of the word. And it really has to deal with someone who is upright in their character, someone who is steadfast, someone who is a pillar that people can rely on, so to speak. And so, and then Imhotep is he who comes in peace, one who comes in peace. So Hotep is peace. It's also a word for offerings and satisfaction, but that's generally the name. And so, named after the priest scholar Imhotep, who was the vizier and architect of King Dozier in the Old Kingdom, and you know he was allegedly the world's first, I would rather say first recorded multi-genius, because he was, you know, a medical doctor, an architect, a philosopher, also a poet. And so he was just a multidisciplinary. And, you know, I was given that name because of my multidisciplinary character, and also because, you know, software developer, poet, you know, writer, scholar, and philosopher. So in that same vein, that's why I was given the name Imhotep when I play. So that's basically the evolution of the name.